What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today it is like 1,000 degrees here in Los Angeles, California, which means I'm not spending a lot of time outdoor. In fact, I'm spending a lot of time sitting here at my desk, getting work done, playing games, and hanging out in my favorite room in my whole house. My house is 100 years old, and I have turned this room into my personal studio. It has everything that I need for editing, for gaming. It has a comfy chair for me to sit at and watch TV and movies. It also has some of my favorite art, and I thought it would be fun to kind of sit down and go through some of these items with you, talk about each one, tell you why I love them, what I don't love about them, and what I might change in this room in the future. A big need for me was that I wanted to be able to game at a desk, and I wanted to be able to edit on my Mac at a desk. So I had to figure out a system where I could do both. So this is perfect for that because I'm able to store my PC for gaming, Discord, 3D modeling underneath the desk. And then on top of the desk, I have my MacBook Pro that I use for editing and sourcing video and doing all the things that you do for content creation. All I had to do was get a monitor that I could USB-C hook up a MacBook to and hook up my PC to. So this is kind of that two-in-one combination. I am able to seamlessly switch between my PC and my Mac. I actually am also able to plug in my mouse and keyboard to my Mac, so I don't have to switch that out. So it makes it really easy. That was a need for me in this room because this room is not very big. Next up, let's talk about this keyboard. This is a drop keyboard that I got from Best Buy. It's the perfect amount of mechanical, soundy satisfaction that I need to get work done and want to continue using it. And it's also nerdy RGB, has all the lighting up and fanciness. Nothing too special about that other than the fact that it's mechanical and it sounds amazing. For my mouse, I use the Logitech Pro wireless. I love that mouse, it's great. My only qualm with this mouse is that it still uses an old USB cord. When everything else on my desk is using USB-C and that one piece of equipment isn't, it is a bit annoying to have to deal with that. For sound, I am actually running all of my sound audio through this Wave XLR. This is great because it allows me to plug both my XLR mic into it as well as having sound coming out of it or going into it. Really simple setup. And that Wave XLR is actually connected to my Shure SM7B microphone, which is a microphone that I've had for almost 5 years now, and I see no need to upgrade. This is an incredible microphone. It sounds like you're recording a movie or like you're in a professional podcast, and I truly don't think you need anything more than this guy right here. It's pretty great. My SM7B is actually hooked up to like an Amazon mount for a microphone. I actually was just using it on my desk for a long time, and that just wasn't working the way I wanted to, so I decided to upgrade to this nice little mount, and it's really helpful and keeps it all nice and tidy and looks really, really clean. The headphones that I am using are these Astro A40s. I've had these for years. They're a collab with the brand Antisocial Social Club, which is a clothing brand, and I just think they're really cool. They're limited edition, they're hot pink, and they live on my desk, and I game through them, and I listen to music through them, and I edit through them. So Antisocial Social Club headphones, kind of a good slogan for me. Now I have a pretty basic speaker setup as well. I have these Logitech speakers. I will link them down below, the exact model and name, but it's just 2 speakers and 1 bass down below, and that plugs directly into my Wave XLR, so I am able to control sound and audio. If I don't want to have headphones on, I'm able to listen to some music loud and annoy my wife and play a lot of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse for my son. So that's the reason for that. I think a lot of people's eyes are going to be drawn over to this guy right here. This small little monitor on my desk is actually a monitor for a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pis are basically like hobbyist computers that you're able to make and set up, or like if you want to make a handheld device and have it play games, you get like a Raspberry Pi monitor, and that's what that is. And a lot of people ask about it when they come over because they're like, what is this small iPad looking thing down below? The reason I got it is because I like a sleek and minimal desk setup. With that being said, I do need 2 screens a lot of the times, especially when I'm gaming. I need to be able to have Discord open, have a second monitor open, have a guide or a walkthrough open to help me through the game, or have like Spotify to listen to music. So it's just really handy having 2 monitors, especially for when I'm gaming. So that is the reason that I have the Raspberry Pi down there. It just plugs in via USB-C just like a second monitor would, and it just lives right below my desk. And it's honestly one of my favorite pieces of technology that I bought in for this desk because it just makes everything usable, but also not like overwhelming. I didn't want to have a bunch of monitors up on the wall. I want to talk about this light real quick. My wife got this light for her birthday, and I fell in love with it, and I wanted to put it on my desk. I will link the exact model right here so you guys know what it is called, but it's really cool. I love it because at night, the ambiance is like directly down. The light doesn't go in your eyes at all. It only lights up what's down below because this is actually like plaster. So it doesn't light up anything above. It just kind of illuminates the desk a little bit. It's a nice little talking point. Looks like a piece of art, and it's also functional. I journal a lot lot. I journal almost every single day. And for journaling, I have this Paper Republic journal. It's a leather-bound journal that you kind of fill in with different kind of slide-ins. They basically just attach inside of the journal via rubber bands. And they're different types of journals, everything from a calendar to like a ruler paper to like a blank page to sketch on and all sorts of options. I also have my favorite pen, which is a fountain pen that I got at the Paper Republic store. And it's really heavy duty and hefty. And again, that's one of those items that's a one and buy. I'm a big fan of that, buying one item and having it kind of live with you forever. I journal very often and I'm obsessed with this thing. It goes everywhere with me. It's starting to get some wear and tear and I really enjoy it. I love the process of like owning something and having it grow with you and kind of like become your own thing. Now the camera that I have on my desk every single day is the Leica M11. And the reason that I have that on my desk is because when I'm going out into real life or the real world where I'm not just filming content and I'm not just like running around with my whole big Sony A1 or FX3 or any other big camera equipment that I have for my professional stuff, I want to be able to just grab a camera and go. And the camera that I tend to reach for the most is the one that is the easiest to use and has the best functionality and is also the most compact. And for me, that is the Leica M11. I have that camera paired with a 28mm Summilux lens, which means it goes down to a 1.4 aperture. It allows me to kind of produce images that feel like I'm living in the moment. I love it. It makes me want to take more photos, and that's one reason I have it sitting on my desk at all times. I have my PC down below. It's honestly just a 3080 graphics card and a good amount of RAM, and it's nothing special. I think it's like an i9. I've had that computer for probably 5 years, and it still works with every game that I want to play, and I might be due for an upgrade here soon, but it's working while it's working, so I'm not complaining. Last but not least is my desk chair. This is by far the best desk chair I've ever used. It is the Herman Miller chair. I will link the actual name right here. This chair is great. You can basically customize it any way you want. I can sit in this thing for hours when I'm editing, also when I'm gaming and not paying attention to the real world, so that's been really nice to have and not have to worry about back pain because I do have a lot of metal in my body. For those of you that do not know, this is really nice and comfortable, and it's one and done by situation. If you guys have any questions about the items on my desk, please let me know down below. I would be happy to answer them. Let's move on to some of the art on the wall. How about that? I'm a big fan of art. I have a lot of art and I don't have enough places to put all of that art. So a lot of it is actually being stored in this closet, which is very sad for me. But some of the art pieces that I wanted to put out on display just to have in the room to look at every day that I don't think I would ever get annoyed of are on this shelf right here. I'm obviously a huge Cos fan, so I have a few different Cos figures lined up and down here. This is probably my favorite one, this Cos Flayed Companion from 2016, but I love the color. I've always loved Cos, and to have some collection of it on a shelf, I don't know, it just feels cohesive and it's very on brand of a photographer to want to put Cos in his office, if I'm being honest. I have this really cool pocket spy camera. It looks like a pocket watch, but it's actually a camera from, I believe, 1912. It is so old, older than this house. This house was built in 1916, and this camera was actually built before that. It still works, it's still fully functional, I just don't have film for it. So I thought it would be a nice little decoration piece, a nice little conversation starter for when people come over and they look at my things, because I like things. 3 books I have on the shelf. Number 1, The Dangerous Book for Boys. This is an insane book. It's a really bizarre read. I have Slow Travel by Penny Watson. This is Stephanie's book. I don't really know much about that book. And then I have Show Me the Picture by Jim Marshall, who's one of my favorite photographers. He was a live music photographer, a touring photographer. He loved cars, guns, and cameras. And that was his slogan. And then last but not least, I had to put this on the wall. Even though it's in an ugly case, it's still so nostalgic for me. Game Boy Red still in its original seal with a $30 sticker on it. Yeah, I mean, I love Pokemon. As you guys know, I'm holding a Pokemon card as my microphone right now. This right here, this is my prized possession in this room. This is my Herman Miller Eames chair. For those of you that do not know, this is like cultural digest, beautiful piece of furniture that everyone wants in their home, and I have one. I love this chair. It's comfortable. I sit here for editing. I sit here to watch TV and anime. I sit here with Otto and feed him breakfast sometimes, and other times I just look at it because it's very pretty and it brings me joy and it makes me want to make things. So it's kind of like a creative chair, I guess. Couch that I am sitting on is from Crate & Barrel. I don't remember what this couch is called, but I will link it right here. It's very, very comfortable. It is almost like a bed or like a sofa, like lounger, and it goes great because I'm able to sit here or in the Eames chair and I can watch any show I want to on my frame TV, and it kind of just makes this office very functional. I have my desk over there, I have my PC and my Mac in one area, I have a lounging hangout area where I can watch television and kind of like look out at the view, and then I have my Eames chair where I can sit down and get some heavy editing done if I don't want to be at my desk. This is my Stevie Nicks photo from Neil Preston. This is an actual limited edition print from Neil Preston, signed and membered, and I love Neil Preston. I love all of his photographs. And this photo of Stevie Nicks stood out to me because it feels like an image that I would want to make one day. I love the intentional motion blur. I love that the coast, you can't tell exactly what it is. I love that it's black and white, and it's just motivating when I look at it. It makes me want to create images like that. It makes me feel excited to use my camera. By far, my favorite thing about this whole room is the view. The view is incredible. When I walked into this room, this is the reason I bought the house. You see a bunch of Los Angeles. There's a beautiful eucalyptus tree over there. You get to see the view, the sunshine. It makes you feel not claustrophobic. It makes you not feel like you're in a city, and it's my favorite thing about this entire room. Yeah, all in all, that's my office. I love this room. I have kind of made it my own. It makes me motivated to create. If you guys have any questions about any of the items, the art, the knickknacks, how I operate, how I work in this room, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. See you guys in the next video. If you guys have made it this far in the video, please subscribe. It'd be very helpful.